Hi, this is Dan Cortopassi of TSG Multimedia. Today I'm reviewing an HO scale ET44AC Tier 4 GEVO locomotive from InterMountain. My model is decorated for Canadian National. These engines are known as EF644Ts on the CN. The real CN 3038 was part of an order built in 2015, so it would be appropriate for layout set in the present time. I checked my model against what prototype photos I could find, and it looks to be an exact match. Interestingly, InterMountain is only offering DCC-equipped versions of this model except by special request. The MSRP for an engine with a non-sound ESU LokPilot DCC decoder is $199.95. The MSRP for one like mine with an ESU LokSound Select DCC sound decoder is $299.95. InterMountain is also offering versions of this model detailed and decorated for other railroads. The paint on the model is opaque and thin enough not to obscure detail. The markings are crisp and most of the small writing is legible with magnification. To be honest, some of the writing is so small that I'm not sure if it's illegible because of the way it's printed or because of the limits of my magnifying glass. There are some voids in the CN Wet Noodle logo at the door panel seams and over some of the latches, but these are areas with real gaps on the prototype. The model has a ton of detail, including separately applied grab irons. The area under the sill is especially interesting. Like a lot of modern locomotives, there's a lot going on down there. I especially like the brake chain with functional tensioning springs on the fireman's side of the rear truck. Outstanding. All of the grills on the sides are photo etched and match the prototype photos I found of the real locomotive. A couple of the small details on my model are crooked, and the rear truck has a broken brake line on the engineer's side. Some of the steps are also mounted slightly crooked. The handrails are plastic, and for the most part the stanchions are straight. The yellow paint on the step edges is poorly done and doesn't match the excellent paint quality on the rest of the model. Some red shows through the black in a couple spots. The front of the model has freestanding grab irons and a wealth of other detail, including uncoupling levers, a plow, MU hoses, an MU cable, air hose, and working ditch lights and number boards. Of interest on CN units are the working DPU lights, the small red light on top of the right ditch light. The cab has delicate separately applied windshield wipers, tinted windows, and photo-etched side mirrors. A pair of photo-etched sunshades are included but not installed. The real CN 3038 has them. In back, the model has more freestanding grabs. The rear grills are photo-etched. The rear includes spare knuckle holders and a CN-specific rock pilot. The model appears to have KD standard-size couplers, a regular number 5 in back, and an extended shank coupler in front. The rear coupler is low according to the KD height gauge. The top of the cab has prototype-specific antenna details. I don't have a good roof shot of the real 3038, but what I can see looks to be accurately reproduced on the model. One really neat feature is the see-through walkways along the sides, a CN-specific detail. The horn casting looks really good. The squared-off exhaust bulge also matches prototype photos. In back, the radiator grills are photo-etched and look excellent. All 6 axles are powered and all 12 wheels pick up current. All of the wheels are in gauge according to the NMRA standards gauge. The model weighs a whopping 24.5 ounces. I registered an even 4 ounces of drawbar pull on my force gauge. The model has plumbing under the sill and separately applied brake shoe assemblies on the trucks. There is partial traction motor detail on the axles closest to the fuel tank. I'm running the model on DCC. The axles have rotating end caps. So the headlights are directional, and those are activated with the F0 key. The ditch lights front and back are also directional, and those are activated with F6. The number boards are activated with F5. They're a little hard to see because they're not very bright, but that's okay for number boards. There are also walkway lights which come on with F11, and the DPU light comes on with F12 in the opposite direction of travel. So I'm going to reverse the locomotive first, and then hit the DPU light. I have to give kudos to InterMountain for using surface mount LEDs in the ditch lights and DPU lights on this model, and for making the ditch light castings light fast. The lights look great and the castings don't glow. The LokSound decoder offers a choice of several different horn sounds, as well as 4 variations of the GE12L DD6 prime mover. I did not tweak the decoder settings at all for this review. Some slight adjustments to the motor control CVs would no doubt improve the already good low-speed performance. This is an outstanding model. It looks great, runs well, and has great lights. It's one of the few models that I've purchased that I don't feel the need to tear apart and redo the lighting. It also has a great sound decoder. Fans of modern motive power and fans of the Canadian National will probably like this engine. As with any other modern models, I'm a little disappointed by some of the fit and finish issues and paint problems, though this model does better than many others in that regard. Still, at this price, I think it should be better, so I'm going to take a spike for that. I'm also going to take a spike for the coupler height. My final verdict is 8 out of 10 spikes.